Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Lovely to have you here on Rainbow Tarot UK for today's pick a card reading. And today we are doing what is the message that you're meant to hear right now about this love connection that you have on your mind. So we've got our three piles to choose from. We have pile number 1, which is the Strength card along with the Carnelian cube. Pile number 2, which is the Growth card with the Bloodstone. And then pile number 3, which is the Passion card with the Rhodonite. So those are your three piles to choose from. Take a moment, go for the one that feels right, and I will see you very, very soon in your reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number 1, welcome back to your readings. So today we are doing, aren't we, what is the message that you are meant to hear right now about this love connection or the person on your mind? What is the message you're meant to hear? So you chose to come into the reading under the Strength card here. There we go. Plus the Carnelian cube. Okay, so I'm going to put that there on my little rainbow there. So I hope you're all doing good. I hope everyone is well and happy. Sending you lots of love and light as always. Reminding you, of course, that it's a general reading, so please just take the messages that resonate and that feel right to you. If you do actually like the reading, it'd be great if you would subscribe and hit that notification bell. It really just takes a couple of seconds, but it has a huge impact for me and the channel, so I'd really appreciate that. And also to remind you that I do have lots of other readings on my channel. They're all organised into playlists. It's really easy to find whatever it is you might want to look. I've got well over 250 readings, so take a look, you might find something. But anyway, let us start off. So what I'm going to do, I think, initially is I want to get a bit of a sense of the energy in the connection. So what is going on in the connection, what's the energy, and it's also a good way for you to check if this is your pile. So let's just start off with, so what is actually going on between pile number 1 and their person? What's happening in the connection? How are they feeling? How is their person feeling? What are they thinking? What's their person thinking? What's the energy of the connection? So let's see what that one is. Okay, so what's the current energy? We have, Leo might mean something to some of you, because this is obviously Leo. Don't let pride get in your way of full moon in Leo. So there might be some sort of situation here. What I'm getting is possibly for some of you some sort of standoff or some kind of situation where you or them or both of you are not wanting to back down, not wanting to, what you would see as back down or give in or anything like that. So it could be a little bit of a stalemate or something like that, where pride is getting in the way. But let us see before, let's get some more cards out before we say anything else. So, so let's have a look. What is actually the current energy? It's also full moon in Leo. Full moons are about results, so maybe this is a situation where you or them are wanting some results. Maybe with the Strength card, it's about having to be strong in this situation. So maybe it requires a strength, or maybe the current connection is strong, but there's just some small niggle or something getting in the way of it. Okay, so let's see, what's the current energy of pile number 1 and their person? So we have setting up parameters. Well, that's like boundaries, isn't it? So it says assess your, let's have a look here. It says assess, setting up parameters, assess your relationships and determine how they are aligned with your goals. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationship. So it may be that the current situation requires strength, maybe it requires boundaries, or something like that, depending on what's gone on in the connection. Maybe there has been quite a lot of pride in it, or someone is somebody's been behaving in a vain way, or a way in which they have just been putting themselves first, something like that. Now let us get out some tarot and then we will know a bit more, won't we? So let's ask for pile number 1. What is the current energy of the situation between pile number one and their person. What's the current energy between pile number one and their person? We have Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay. And we have the Seven of Cups. I think what I'm seeing here from many of you is that essentially I feel like essentially the connection is pretty solid with the King and the Queen of Pentacles, or it has the potential to be pretty solid here. Because the King and the Queen of Pentacles are, well, for starters, they're counterparts, aren't they? Excuse me. They are, you know, in many ways meant to be together. They're very stable and grounded, usually. Stable, grounded, secure. So it could be that you're in, at the moment, in a relationship, or the connection is there. Maybe it's stable, maybe it's grounded, maybe you've got, I don't know, commitments together or a house together. There's loyalty. But I do feel, if I'm honest, that there's something, and it's a bit like what I was saying before, you know, basically there might just, it might be quite solid, quite strong, but there's something, something in it that is causing it to feel quite heavy at the moment with the Ten of Wands. And it could be, because you've got the Seven of Cups is the overarching energy. You know, maybe, you know, both of you are beginning to, or one in particular is beginning to kind of get a little bit restless, or wonder whether it's, whether they, you know, yeah, it's becoming a little bit more unpredictable in their moods, or not very stable, or not very secure, or wanting, maybe just wanting what they would see as more adventure, or wanting to live some of their dreams, or wanting to sort of go off and do other things. Or so there's something within that, and that might be why you've got the setting up parameters, and maybe there's a need to redraw the boundaries in the connection, or a need to have a long chat about what you both want in the connection about. So maybe, you know, you were settled and stable, and that way of being was okay for then, but maybe now there needs to be a little bit more imagination, a little bit more leeway, a little bit more creativity in the connection. Because I think at the moment it just feels, to one or to both of you, a little bit stale and heavy. And what I feel is that maybe one or both of you is wanting a little bit more excitement, or a little bit more, maybe a little bit more travel, a little bit more adventure, where it's not, where everything is not so predictable. I think that might be what's going on, really. But the Six of Wands tells me that essentially the connection is stable, or it has the potential to be stable. It is essentially strong. It has a strong base. It has a strong stable base to it. But there's just something about it, maybe, whereby it's stifling. Maybe one person feels a little bit stifled. They're not, you know, they're dreaming of other things, or doing other things, or having other choices, or, you know, because everyone, you know, if you're in a long relationship, or you're in a relationship and you've got yourselves into a bit of a rut, albeit you love your person, you love being with them, you know they're the person for you, but you're just a little bit, you know, you're just wondering, is this it, kind of thing. That's the sort of energy that I'm picking up on, really, with this. And it could be that you need to just redraw the boundaries of the connection. So, or the other way of saying it is, maybe someone is getting a little bit like a 7-year itch, or something like that. I'm not saying you've been together for 7 years, but it has that kind of feel to it. So maybe there needs to be a redrawing of what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable in the relationship for both of you. But essentially, the connection is strong. It is stable. It's secure. It's victorious. It's you know, it's not in a difficult place that, you know, in any way can't be overcome. It's just those I suppose it's just those everyday things that come up in any relationship, where you both maybe get a little bit bored by each other, or a little bit, it all gets a little bit stale and predictable, and You know, you want a little bit more excitement maybe, or a little bit more imagination, a little bit more something like that in the connection. And maybe one person is wanting that a little bit more than the other. And because of that, maybe they're acting in certain ways, which means that you need to have a conversation possibly about, you know, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in the connection. And you know, so, and maybe there needs to be a little bit more flexibility around what, you know, you can and can't do, sort of thing in the connection. And I'm not in any way saying that, you know, I'm not talking about, you know, going off other people or anything like that. I'm just saying that maybe there needs to be a little bit more of a little bit more of leeway in terms of, I don't know, how you operate in the connection. You know, so for example, if you're a couple, just say, for example, if you're a couple and you've always been kind of done everything together, and not really made much time for other connections or other friendships, whilst that might be great initially, because you know, when you first meet someone, you really do want to spend a lot of time with them, don't you? But as time goes on, you realise, actually, well, I do really like seeing my friend Bill, or seeing my, you know, friend Michelle, or whatever, you know, and I want to make time for that. And so it might just mean a little bit of redrawing the situation, redrawing what you're both kind of comfortable with, really. And of course, everyone should be comfortable with you being able to see your friends and stuff. So that's sort of the energy that I'm picking up. Now, if that doesn't sound like your situation at all, then you might want to listen to another pile. But essentially, I would say the connection here is strong, it's stable. It just needs a bit of tweaking. I think that's what it is. It just needs a bit of tweaking and readdressing. And that's what you always do in a connection. If you're in a long-term connection, that's what you're always going to do, isn't it? It needs constant evaluation, because people change. They change and they grow and they want different things. So in terms of zodiac signs, what do we have? Well, obviously we've got all of the earth signs of Virgo, Capricorn and Taurus. We have got Scorpio energy, we've got Sagittarius energy, and we've also got Leo energy. That's interesting, that comes under Leo. So yeah, there might be just a little bit of, so that's what I meant by a little bit of a stalemate. You might be in a little bit of a kind of locked horns situation here, where both of you are sort of like not really, both of you know what you want, but you're not really communicating that well with the other. There's not much flexibility at the moment, so there needs to be a little bit more connection, a little bit more talking, a little bit more being a little bit more flexible with each other, allowing a little bit more freedom maybe for one or both, or for both of you really, to explore other things. And again, I'm not suggesting other relationships, and that's not what you're wanting anyway, I don't think. It's about having the chance to explore other things in life, maybe separate to your partner. But so that's what I'm seeing here. But let's get to what's your message? What message are you meant to hear then about this connection, other than what I've already said? What is your message then? What message are you meant to hear right now about this connection? Joy. Card number 42. Joy. All right. What else do we have? What message is pile number 1 meant to hear right now about this connection? The turtle on coriander. Satisfaction. Joy and satisfaction. Okay. Let's have one of these. What is pile number 1 meant to hear right now about this connection? What are they meant to hear? You are healing. You are healing. Let's just see what it says in the back. Healing happens in seasons. It can't be rushed or forced to fit a schedule. So often we curse the seeds that haven't taken root, failing to realise it's not their time. They need more water, sunlight and care. Bullying ourselves blocks regeneration. Also, sometimes the healing we're focused on isn't the healing that's taking place. There's a much deeper healing going on. Be patient, dear one. You are healing. Okay. All right. Let's have one more. Oh no, let's have those at the end actually. Let's have our tarot. So what is the message that pile number 1 is meant to hear that there about this connection? Well, straight away you've got the Four of Wands. Okay, underneath the Victory card. Okay. What are they meant to hear? What are they meant to hear? The Two of Wands. Two of Cups. Two of Swords. Two's here. 2, 2, 2. And the Five of Wands. And what is at the bottom of the deck? The Three of Wands. Okay. Right, okay. Let's have a look. So I was just struck by the 3 2s. 2, 2 and 2. Well, of course, 2s generally, aren't they, are about, they're about partnership, friendships, relationships, you know, harmony, cooperation, balance, that kind of thing. And we also have the number 222. So that as well, generally, you know, is talking about, you know, making your dreams a reality, you know, persisting, you'll be rewarded, your patience will be rewarded through persistence. You know, if you persist and if you're patient, you'll be rewarded. I think this said something about being patient, didn't it, as well? Okay. Sorry, pile number one. I just had to nip to my door there because I had a delivery. So sorry about that. I just had to stop momentarily pause the video. But anyway, so I think the message here is clear. It's like what I was saying before. So this relationship, right, is, I feel, a very strong one, right? I feel like it's strong. It might not feel overly strong right now, but at its core, I feel this relationship is strong because you've got the Four of Wands and you've got the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is generally a relationship, and it goes to the King and the Queen of Pentacles, which, you know, it might have been around for a long time. The Two of Cups generally is about a relationship that's built on a friendship. You know, so that indicates that, you know, friendships usually build up over time, doesn't it? So I feel like this situation is something that you've been with this person for a long time, maybe, or you've got a strong connection with them. The Four of Wands, you might even be married to them, or, you know, in a long-term settled connection, like I say. And that is still, and that is very strong, right? That is very, very strong. But there is an element of it that's stuck. There's a certain stuckness in it because we've got the Two of Wands, the Two of Swords, and what I'm getting is sort of stuck in a rut, really. So I feel like in this, what this message is that with the Five of Wands is all about competition. It's about competition. It's about kind of getting out there. It's about, you know, bringing a bit of, I almost want to say, like, bring a little bit of, you know, energy back into the connection. So I think what the message is saying is that this relationship is essentially strong. It's got joy in it. It's got a satisfaction in it. It's got, you know, it's got all the ingredients for a really good relationship, and it is a really good relationship. But it's got itself into a situation where it's got a little bit stale, and it's got a little bit boring, and it's got a little bit, yeah, there's not much action. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of action, or both of you maybe feel a little bit bored, or a little bit, you know, can't really see. Maybe you're both feeling like you can't really see how the relationship is developing or moving forward, or, you know, because to kind of get a relationship to, you know, if you're going to be with somebody long term, as I said before, you know, like, you've got to have shared interests. You've also got to have time with your friends. You've got to have other things that stimulate you. You know, and so I feel like all of that is kind of like slightly lacking. And so what this connection is saying with the Five of Wands is to bring a little bit of that back into it, to, you know, to bring a little bit more energy into the connection, to bring other things, other interests, other pursuits, other friends, other, you know, other things into the relationship that stimulate you personally and them personally, but then you can also share as well. And I think that will heal the connection. That will bring renewed energy and vigour back into the connection, because I feel like at the moment, I think it might be more with your person that they are feeling a little bit hemmed in, or a little bit like they love you, they care about you, they know that you are the person for them, that they want to be with you, and all the rest of it. But there's a lack with, I think for this person, there's a lack of energy in the connection, or a lack of excitement, or a lack of doing something new in the connection, either doing something new together or doing something new for themselves. Like they're dreaming. I feel at the moment they might be dreaming about other things that they could do, or other options, not in terms of other people. I just want to stress that again. Not in terms of other people, but other choices, other things that they could do. So I feel like the message is, just in order for this connection to get back on track, or to feel kind of good again, because although you are very stable and settled, in order for it to feel good again, and to feel like it's moving forward, and to feel like you're getting on, and it's progressing, is to develop your own interests, for them to develop their interests. And so that requires you to be able to give each other space, to give each other time to go off and pursue other things, because that will make you more make your life individually more interesting, and also you'll be able to share it with each other. So get yourselves out of a rut. That is going to get you out of this stuck energy, this kind of rut energy that you might be in, this kind of like, getting up. And it's very easily done, isn't it? When you're with someone for a long time, particularly if you've got kids or a family or whatever, it's easy to get into that kind of like, domestic situation, which is great. It gives you strength, it gives you security, it gives you stability. I'm not knocking that, but what I'm feeling is, with the joy and the satisfaction cards here and the Five of Wands, there needs to be a bit more of an injection of joie de vivre, really, for want of a better phrase, or something where you're both allowed to pursue your dreams and your desires in a way which isn't going to hurt the other person, obviously, but does require both of you to be a little bit more open and flexible about what the other person does. You both need to give each other that, and to open yourselves up to other experiences, and to other friendships, because that then will feed your own personal growth, but it will also bring a lot into the connection, because at the moment it just feels a little bit stuck and stale. So I suppose the main message is, give yourself the space, give each other space, allow that to happen. Maybe, like I say before, maybe for some of you did everything together, and that's great. I'm not saying you shouldn't do things together, but for a relationship to grow and move forward, and for the two individuals in the relationship to grow and move forward, there needs to be space to allow each individual to expand their own horizons, and also in turn for the connection to expand its horizons, to move forward in a positive way. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So in terms of what we got, so we've got the Four of Wands, Three of Wands, and the Two of Wands, and that is all Libran energy. So I think that would probably bring it back into balance, help it to heal. If it's going through a little bit of a tricky patch, or a little bit of coming to a little bit of a stalemate. We've also got Libran energy. Did I say Libra before? No, sorry, not Libran energy. What am I talking about? I mean, I beg your pardon. We've got Aries energy. Sorry, 2, 3, and 4 of Wands is Aries energy, and then the Two of Swords is Libran. Two of Cups is Cancer, and then the Five of Wands is Leo energy. Okay, so let's get some message cards out here. What's the message that's meant to reach pile number 1 right now about this connection? And what have we got? I've got some here. What are these? Love. Unconditional love. Self-love. Oneness. Passion. Affection. Attraction. Okay. Then we have soulmate, you see. Soul connection. Partnership. Agreement. Soul contract. And that's what I'm seeing. Essentially, this is a love connection. It's a strong connection. It's a soulmate connection for sure. It is. It has. You know that's not in question really at all. And then you have twin flames. Look, yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling complement each other. Yeah. So it's obvious that you're meant to be with this person. It's just that there's this sort of stuckness, I think, from maybe being with each other for a long time, or not. There's some sort of lack of imagination within the connection that means that it's a little bit stuck and not individually you're not moving forward, and the connection's a little bit stale. It just needs a bit of revving up, really, is probably what I want to say. But anyway, pile number 1, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell and giving me a thumbs up. Everything will be gratefully received. But otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number 2, welcome back to your reading. So thank you for joining me for this pick a card reading. So today we're doing what is the message that is meant to reach you right now about this love connection that you have in your mind. So you chose to come into the reading under this card which says growth. Okay, fantastic. And the Bloodstone here. There we go. So I'm going to put that there. Right, okay, so let's get straight to it. Just, I hope everyone's doing good. I hope you're all well and happy and healthy. Sending you all my love, as always. I just want to tell you, as always, as well, that, of course, it's a general reading. So, you know, you just take the messages that feel right to you. It's timeless. So it's good whenever you're finding it. And if you do happen to enjoy the reading, all I ask is that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, just as a favour to me. Really, it just takes a couple of seconds, but it means a lot to me and the sort of survival of the channel, and that I can do more readings like this one. And also, I've got lots of readings on my channel, and they're all organised into playlists. So if you feel like you want to check out any other topics, a lot around romantic relationships, but there are some other readings as well, then please do take a look. But let us ask now. So what we're going to do, we're going to do it in the way I did it in pile number 1. So I want a sense of what the energy is in the connection first before we get on to what is the message. So what's going on in the connection, what you're thinking, what they're feeling, what they're thinking and feeling, that kind of thing. And then, like I say, we'll get on to what is the message that is meant to reach you. So let us ask for pile number 2, please. Please, can you tell me for pile number 2, what is the general energy of the connection? What's the general energy of the connection? Let's have a look and see what we got here for pile number 2. We have new start is coming. Oh, a new moon. All right. Well, that goes brilliantly with growth, doesn't it? New start is coming. Right. What's the general energy of the connection? What is the general energy of the connection at the moment? So maybe it's a new connection. Maybe it's a connection that's growing, that's just starting to grow, that's the beginnings and in its early stages. Or maybe this is a connection which you are anticipating will grow, hoping will grow. Because new moons are about sort of like wiping the slate clean, beginning again. Starting from the beginning, really. So it could be sort of like a crush, or someone that you like, or someone that you're just dating, or something like that. Or just started to date. What's the general energy at the minute? What's the general energy? We have keeping it in check. Ooh. So pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something, too quickly, or missing some important details. Okay. So maybe this is something is just beginning. Maybe you're wanting it to grow, or maybe it's growing really fast. Maybe there's something about it growing a little bit too fast, and you need to pay attention to more to what's going on. But let's see. Let's get the tarot out. So it could be either be in its very early, it's in its infancy staging, in its early stages. It could be a crush. It could be something that you want to grow. That you're looking for a new start. That you're hopeful you think it's going to start. What's the current energy, please, of the connection? What is the current energy of the connection between pile number 2 and their person? So we have the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Emperor. What is that current energy. And the overarching energy is the Nine of Cups. It's definitely something that's a wish and a dream. With the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. So I feel like this is something, the current energy is something either you're wishing or dreaming for, or they are, or both of you are. So it's a dream or a wish for you, them, or both of you. So, and it links to growth. I feel like it's a connection. But the current energy is that you, your person, or both of you are wanting this situation to grow, to manifest. Now maybe with the Three of Swords it's a reconciliation. You're thinking about somebody that you want to reconcile with. Maybe there's been heartache in the situation, loss, separation, maybe there's been a moving away, and you are hoping, or they are hoping, or both of you are hoping for a new start. Maybe you want to master it this time around with the Eight of Pentacles. That's a card of mastery. And you want to make it stable. Knight of Pentacles and Emperors, and the Emperor together talks about stability. Talks about making something stable and secure and solid and long-term and all of that. So maybe you are thinking, or they're thinking, or the energy of the connection is, it could be that you are in the process of reconciling. You know, you split up from this person, or there was heartache with this person, and you're in the process of reconciling now. You know, you're hopeful. It's a dream for both of you to reconcile. The Six of Swords is a card of movement. It's also about moving away from difficult times into easier times. So into growth times. So away from decay and drama and chaos and all the rest of it, and into growth. But there's something here about maybe doing it a bit too quickly, possibly. And that might be why you've got the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe things are moving a bit fast. And with the Knight of Pentacles, there's a message around slowing it down a bit. Maybe you need to slow it down a bit and be more logical. Think a bit more logically. You know, take a step back, be a bit more detached, possibly. Because I think the overarching energy is it's such a big wish and a dream. You know, that both of you, or you want, or they want. Maybe there's a need to be a little bit detached or something, I don't know. But there is a huge focus on it. Can you see? Look, this woman is really, really, really focused on this pentacle, on maybe making this thing secure and stable, and wanting stability, because Pentacles is always about stability, really. But so that's kind of where I see where it's at. So there's a desire for growth, there's a desire for a new start, or you have just started up again, maybe from heartbreak, or maybe from loss or separation. Or maybe it's a situation that you're just dreaming and wishing, like a crush situation that you're dreaming and wishing about. And it's sort of, you know, it also hurts because you're just thinking, gosh, when are we ever going to get there? When are we ever going to get to be together? And I really want this. I really want this connection. I really want this situation. I really want this new start. So that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm seeing things. If that doesn't sound like your situation, then you might want to listen to another pile. It could be that you're with this person, but you're just going through a really tough time. You're going through a really tough time. Maybe there's some heartbreak in the situation, and you both want to work on it. You're both committed to working on things. It's a dream for you to work on things, to make it better, to get out of difficult times, and have a new beginning, have a new cycle in the connection, something like that. Okay, so what have we got? So we have got Aquarius energy, we've got Libra energy, we've got Virgo, Capricorn and Taurus, Aries, and we've got Pisces. So those are the star signs I'm seeing for you. So that's kind of where it's at. But let's see, what is the actual message that you need to hear? What is the message here that pile number 2 needs to hear about this connection? What's the message? What message are they meant to hear right now about this connection? Reunion of souls. Well, there you go. Reunion of souls. I think I said reconciliation, didn't I? All right. What else have we got? What message are they meant to hear? The vulture and asphodel, upheaval. All right, upheaval. Okay, let's have one of these cards. What message are they meant to hear right now, please? What message is pile number 2 meant to hear right now? I feel like it is that one, and it is listen to your body. So there's something here about listening to things, isn't there? Because this one said, pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. And this says listen to your body. Well, I would say, you know, when we intuitively feel something, we feel it often as well in our body, as well as that little voice. So we might feel a little bit of something in our tummy. We might feel a little bit off in the way we physically feel, you know, all those things we can feel in our body. So maybe this is saying, like, listen to your intuition. Listen to pick up on the signs of your body. What is your body telling you? Do you feel, you know, do you feel good around this person? Does this person make you feel positive? Do you come away feeling, full of energy, or do you come away feeling drained? You know, those sorts of signs tell us, or give us indicators, don't they? They indicate to us, our body can indicate to us the energy of a person, the energy of a situation, all of that you can feel in your body. But anyway, let's see what else we've got in terms of these. So what is the message that is meant to reach pile number 2 right now? What is the message? So we have the 6 of Wands. What's the message that is meant to reach pile number 2? We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Empress. That's interesting. We have the 4 of Wands. What is the message? And the Judgment. Okay. I mean, it's pretty clear here. And the overarching energy is 2 of Cups. I mean, it's pretty clear that the message is that this connection, whoever you're thinking about, is, I would say, really, really, really wanting to be in a connection with you. So even if you've not been, even if, for many of you, I feel like it could be a reconciliation situation. You know, like a new cycle, that you're reconciling, that you are coming back together. Maybe you've already just come back together and you're just sort of like wanting to have this reading. Or it could be that you're hopeful of a reconciliation, hopeful for growth, hopeful for a new start. And this person is also wanting that as well. Now, the 2 of Cups is, it could be as well for many of you that, you know, this is a friend that you're just, what, you know, like, you know, where you want that friendship to grow into something more. It could be that as well, because the overarching energy is the 2 of Cups. So the 2 of Cups is essentially, it is a relationship, it is a connection, it is a partnership, but it's often grounded in friendship, deep friendship. So I feel like the message is that this connection is a very special connection for you and for your person. You have the 4 of Wands, which says it is a you know, very much a twin flame kind of connection, or a soulmate connection, with the 1111 sign here. That it's got the potential, because it comes right underneath the Knight of Pentacles, which is always a card of stability, moving steadily towards something solid and stable. And this often can depict a marriage. So I feel like the connection is special, it's long-term, it's something which is where there's a very steep bond between the 2 of you, and it has the potential to go the distance in terms of commitment and security and stability. 100% with the Empress here, it is all about growth and nurture. This connection is definitely growing, it's definitely going to develop, it's definitely on a new, on the sort of trajectory of a new cycle, or a new start, or a new beginning of abundance, of you know, getting everything you want, which is also the 9 of Cups, getting everything you want from a situation in life. So from this situation, from this connection, you have got the potential to get everything that you want, to have everything you want, and it's going to be based in truth. So it is a reconciliation. I feel like there's going to be some home truths to start it off with, some truthful, honest discussions and chats and talks, ironing out anything that's went wrong in the past, having a good open dialogue where both of you are willing to listen to each other, to hear each other out, to be balanced, so that, you know, you can create trust again, or you can build trust, and then the situation can grow. Because obviously a connection can't go anywhere unless there's trust, can it? You know, it can't grow, it can't develop, it can't do anything if you don't actually trust each other. The Six of Wands tells me you know, it's a success. Success is there for this connection, 100%. This connection is on a trajectory of success, and feeling, you know, where both of you are going to feel valued. It's going to feel like, yeah, it's going to feel like you're getting everything you want. But truth is a big part of it. Being honest and clear, being clear with each other, being clear about what you both want, being honest about your feelings, being open, being respectful, being balanced, all that kind of stuff. It hinges on that. Because it might be that sort of stuff is what brought it into separation, a lack of kind of honesty, or a lack of clarity, maybe a lack of clarity. And the last card is the Judgment card, which is about something rising up, something being on the rise, something leveling up, elevating. So this connection, if it's a connection where you are reconciling, it's going to be a very successful reconciliation. If it's a connection where you are beginning something, so you're just in the beginnings of a connection with somebody, but you feel strongly, you feel like it's a wish, a dream, then it's moving up, but you know, it's really leveling up. It's got a very, you know, it's the real deal sort of thing. You know, it's got the potential, and it is the real deal, and there's a strong, firm basis for you and them to be able to go the distance. But I think it's also got a little bit of a there's something also about this with the keeping it in check and listen to your body, in which you both need to, I would say, talk about anything that you might be concerned about. So any little red flags, the importance is to have a dialogue about that, so that you can iron out the issues. Right, so don't ignore. So don't ignore the little things, the little red flags that may be making you feel uncomfortable. The future success kind of depends on being clear and honest and truthful. That is how you're going to get growth. So you must be, if you're aware of the little red flags, or you're aware of things, some things not just quite feeling right, it's important that you bring it out in the open, and they do too, and that is how you move forward. That is how you'll move on and elevate in this connection. That's kind of the message I think you need to hear. So we've got Taurus, we have got Aries, we've got all of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius and Gemini, and we've also got Leo energy and Cancer. So let's have some of these cards. So what is the message that is meant to reach pile number 2 right now, please, about this connection? What's the message that's meant to reach them? Yeah, it may be that with the vulture and the asphodel, like the vulture is important because it cleans up. It's like a sort of a cleansing bird, isn't it? It cleans up all the decay. You know, it cleans up the environment. So maybe there's something about this that needs, maybe there's some sort of things that need to be cleaned up, cleansed first. So anything that you feel now, any little doubts or niggles or insecurities need to be cleaned up, need to be addressed with clarity and with truth. And that might be with the upheaval, maybe that's a little bit, you know, a little bit tricky initially, but essentially it'll be the best thing for the connection because it'll allow it to grow, because you won't have any kind of little niggling resentments or worries, or, you know, or and also it's like, you know, you're not trying to push those down. You're not trying to shut those down because you don't want to hear them, or you don't want to listen to them, or you don't want to acknowledge them. You know, the relationship will grow, you know, hugely if you pay attention to those things and you bring them out into the open, into the light, if you like. Again, love. This came out in pile number 1 in this position. In actual fact, this one came out in pile number 1. So did the 4 of Wands, so did the 2 of Cups. So you might want to listen to pile number 1 if you feel drawn. So unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. There we go, love. What else have we got? A snake, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. Now this might represent those little doubts, those things, particularly if it's a reconciliation where there's been some snaky behaviour in the past, or there's been some difficult behaviour. That is what you need to have out at the beginning in order for the situation to grow. Those are the things, the shadow element of you, of them, of the connection that needs to be dealt with, cleaned up, really. And also snake also reminds me of shedding skin, really. So let's see what else we've got. The Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. Interesting. So maybe it has been over and there's a contemplation of a new start, new beginning. Maybe some part of you or some part of them thinks that it is completely over or has been completely over. But I don't, from all of these cards, what I would say is that this relationship is very much something that is going to come back. Heart with a key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together, perfect. So maybe this connection has had a little bit of a dichotomy of energy in the past, where it has been tricky, it has been over, it has looked like it's completely dead. But the Grim Reaper is like death, and death is also about transformation. It says grow and transform your life, and you have the word growth here. So I feel like this connection is on the turn, is definitely on the turn, and has huge potential to be a fantastic connection. But there's something about you both having to face your shadow, face the shadow of the connection, face what went wrong in the connection. And you in particular, pile number 2, need to raise those red flags. So if you see any of those red flags initially or anywhere in the relationship at any time, they need to be talked about, they need to be brought up, they need to be out in the light in order for the situation to grow, really. But anyway, pile number 2, that's been your reading. I hope you liked it. If you have, please do consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell, or giving me a thumbs up. Everything will be gratefully received. But otherwise, I will see you very soon in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, welcome back to your reading. So today's pick a card reading is, isn't it, what is the message that is meant to reach you right now about the connection you have in your mind, the love connection. So you chose to come into the reading under this card, which says passion. There we go. And the Rhodonite here. There we go. Okay, so let's put that there. Okay, so brilliant. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope everyone is happy and healthy. Sending you all my love, as always. And just reminding you, of course, that it's a general reading. So please take the messages that sit right with you. It's also timeless, so it's really good for whenever you are finding it. When, if you watch it straight away or if you watch it 2 months later, it should still be relevant. If you like the reading, what would really help me out is if you subscribe and hit the notification bell. That would really make a huge difference in terms of, me carrying on doing readings like this for you. So please do consider doing that. Just takes a couple of seconds. Also, I do have lots of readings on my channel. I've got well over 250 readings. They're all organised into playlists. And you might find something on there that you like as well. So please do take a look. But I'm going to do it like I did it in pile number 1 and 2. So what I did initially in those 2 piles was to get a sense of the energy, the general energy of the connection first, and then to see what was the message that you're meant to reach you today about this connection. And it's also a great way of you checking and making sure that this is the right pile for you. So let's just check for pile number 3 then. So what's the energy for pile number 3 in their person? What's pile number 3 thinking and feeling? What's their person thinking and feeling? What is the energy? What's going on in the connection, please, for pile number 3 and their person. Let's see what this says. So we have, now this came out in pile number 1. It says, don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. So Leo might mean something to some of you. There we go. Right. Okay, let's get out one of these cards. So what is the general energy of the connection between pile number 3 and their person, please? What's kind of like what's going on? Let's have a look, see what we've got here. And we have got, oh, dancing in the rainbow. 7, break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness. Find out what you truly desire. Right, okay. Interesting. So I'm just going to have a little drink here, pile number 2, sorry. It's quite hot today. Right, okay, so let's get out some tarot. Right. Let's see. So what's the general energy between pile number 3 and their person? What's the general energy between pile number 3 and their person, please? So we've got the Hermit. Okay. What's the general energy, really? The King of Swords. 3 of Cups. 5 of Wands. And the 8 of Swords. Oh, okay. And the overarching energy is 7 of Wands. Right, okay, so it's a challenging time for sure, I think. And you might even be in separation from this person for many of you. The 7 of Wands is the overarching energy, which is a card of challenge. It's not a card of challenges which can't be overcome, however, I have to say. But I do feel at the moment that the situation, and you've also got the 5 of Wands. Well, the 5 of Wands is about competition. It's about competition. It's about battles. It's about, yeah, it's about competing. Now, it could be that what's going on in this connection is that there's more, that there's other parties involved with the 3 of Cups here. So for some of you, it might be that there is, you feel or they feel that there is other things that are grabbing either yours or theirs attention. That could be what's going on, or there's insecurities really around. Yeah, so there may be some insecurities in the connection. So you or them don't feel secure in the connection. They feel they don't feel stable or settled. There's a sense of, yeah, so there's a sense of, with the 8 of Swords, which is a sense of stuckness, not being sure with the blindfold here where the connection is going, not being clear about where the connection is going, and it feels a bit, and as a result, it feels a bit stuck. The Hermit card is a card of, it's an alone card. So it could be that some of you are in separation from this person, or it could be that this person is detached or distant, or they feel you are detached or distant. So there's definitely some sort of distance, detachment, challenge in the situation, a sense of stuckness. Maybe there's a lack of security. Maybe both of you or they feel that there are other people or other things that are pulling on you or theirs attention, if you know what I mean. So there's not, maybe not, yes, doesn't feel secure. I'm just noticing as well in this card, I've never noticed it before, there are obviously foxgloves here in the background. Now, foxgloves can be very poisonous. I'm sure there's a lot of poison in a foxglove. And I'm just, so it could be, there could be some toxicity in the situation at the moment. And that could be because of other things getting in the way or other parties getting in the way. But nevertheless, it feels like there is also quite a lot of passion and attraction still. So there might be a lot of sexual chemistry or a sexual attraction in the connection, or a lot of attraction between you. Because I'm feeling a lot of heat from these kind of 2 cards here. But with that heat, I'm also feeling like there's a little bit of intent, you know, like it can get a little bit intense. So there's an intensity, there's passion, there's attraction, but there's something about it that doesn't feel secure, that feels unstable, that feels challenging, that feels like you're on your toes a little bit. It could be that this person is keeping themselves distant, detached, or you are, or the situation is distant and detached. It may be that there is actually a third person in the connection as well, which is why it's challenging, why it's stuck, why it can't move forward. Let me just read this again, because we've got dancing in the rainbow. Break free. I feel like this, when I met this, I felt like, well, maybe this is a situation where you are contemplating, or there's a contemplation of breaking free from the connection. So maybe the connection is kind of tying you down or keeping you stuck, or not making you happy. And then, yeah, there's something about breaking free from that, and, you know, finding your true happiness. So maybe you're thinking that, they're thinking that, you're feeling, or should we just, if you are in separation, should we just stay separated? Or maybe we should separate if we're together. Maybe, you know, there could be all of that going on as well. And feelings could be quite heightened. There could be quite a lot of tense feelings at the moment, as well as passion, as well as attraction. So, the other thing to say as well is it could be that you or your person are using, if you're apart, for example, you or your person are using this time to try and gain some clarity on the situation, to try and gain some wisdom, to try and get a better understanding of how to move forward, something like that. Because the Hermit is about going in, being reflective, and the King of Swords is very logical, you know, very honest, truthful, do the right thing, that kind of thing. So there could be you or them, you're trying to gain some clarity or wisdom in the connection somehow. But nevertheless, it's challenging, but it's not, you know, that there's a possibility that you can overcome the challenge, because maybe you're both questioning whether you want to overcome the challenges. So maybe there's something about, do you want to overcome the challenges? You know, you're questioning that. Okay, so in terms of, if that doesn't sound like your pile, then you might want to listen to some of the other, your situation. You might want to listen to one of the other piles if you felt drawn to it. So we've got Virgo, we have got Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. We've got Cancer, Leo. We've also got Gemini again, and we have got we've got Leo again. So we've got a lot of Leo. Yeah, so there might be somebody who is quite proud in this situation. With all the Leo here. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of intense feelings on both sides, really. Maybe there's a need for calm, something like that, a need for calm, a need for balance. But anyway, let's see. So what is the actual message? What is the actual message that Pile 3? So that's the energy. What's the actual message that Pile 3 needs to hear right now? What is the message that they need to hear right now in this reading? What message do they need to hear about this connection? Self-love, card number 41. Self-love, okay. What is the message that pile number 3 needs to hear right now? I feel like it's that one. Which is the Snake and Fern starting over. Right, okay, let's have a look at this one. So what is the message they need to hear right now, please? What is the message? You are healing. Interesting. Yeah, so maybe I feel like at the moment you possibly are in separation, or with the Hermit here, maybe you're going through some sort of like, or they're going through some sort of time of reflection, of looking at themselves, trying to gain wisdom, trying to gain insight, healing, and maybe there is something about, in that time, you questioning, do I begin again in this connection, or do I focus on myself? That could be what's going on, really, as you reflect in, for some of you, what might be time apart. You know, do we want a new cycle? I feel passion. I still feel passion and attraction for this person. You know, either they do or you do or both of you do. But should I now focus on myself, or should we start over again? And if we start over, is there still things that we need to be wary of with the snake here? Let's get out the tarot. So what is the message that pile number 3 is supposed to hear right now? What is the message that pile number 3 is supposed to hear right now? 2 of Swords, yeah. What's the message? 7 of Swords. The Lovers, okay. What is the message that pile number 3 is meant to hear? Devil and the 8 of Cups. I mean, I think it's pretty clear, and you can probably see it for yourself, pile number 3, really. Yeah. The High Priestess, I think intuitively you kind of know what you need to do in this situation, really. I feel this is I feel what there is that the message is there is a link to this person, right? There is a link to them, okay? But it could be with a passion that it wasn't really a very it wasn't a very substantial link, or it wasn't a stable link. It was more based maybe possibly on physical attraction, or something on the surface, if you know what I mean. And the message, I think the message here is, look, you know, listen to your intuition with the High Priestess, because you're probably getting a lot of intuitive hits. Because with the starting over and that snake, if you start over, if you contemplate starting over with this person, I think there's always going to be snaky behaviour, or there's always going to be something that you need to be wary of. And maybe in this period of separation, I think a lot of you are probably in a period of separation, or if you're not in a period of separation, maybe you're contemplating separation, and that would probably be good for you, because it would allow you to heal and get you out of this sort of sense of stuckness. And I feel like with the 7 of Swords and the 2 of Swords, this connection, and with the Lovers, you know, there's no security in this connection. There's no stability. I feel like it's the Lovers is a card of choice. It comes right underneath the 3 of Cups, which is about that third element and possibly some toxicity. So I feel like this connection is never going to feel stable and secure and solid, because it's not well, A, because there might actually be a third person in it, and also, but even if there's not a specific third person, I just feel like there's the person that you're thinking about is always going to be looking for other choices. Now, the 7 of Swords is tricky energy, right? So it comes underneath the King of Swords, and I feel like this person lacks the ability to be clear, right? They lack the ability to be clear, to be honest. They want to constantly be, you know, going backwards and forwards, not being clear, keeping themselves stuck, keeping you stuck, keeping the connection stuck, where it's, you know, it's not clear. There's a lack of clarity. So both these cards come under 2 cards, which are about clarity and wisdom. But I feel that what these cards are saying are that, you know, you're not going to get that with this person, because it doesn't, for whatever reason, it doesn't suit their interests. And also you've got the Devil card, which is a card of someone who is, or a connection which is pretty toxic. I think I said with the foxgloves here, like it feels like the connection is toxic. It's got a lot of toxicity in it. It's got a lot of limiting behaviours and beliefs. You know, maybe it's got a lot of addictions. Maybe there's codependencies in it. Maybe it's just really about physical attraction, just about sex or just about something like that. And I feel like with the rainbow in, you know, the dolphin dancing in the rainbow, there's something about you setting yourself free from this connection, which is not really going to be, and I feel like you will do that with the Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups is about walking away. So there's a need to walk away from something that is essentially keeping you stuck. And it may be that you've already walked away from it, and this is just confirmation that you have done the right thing. You have done the right thing, and you need to stay giving yourself love. And being on your own, or not even being on your own, but being away from this connection is the way in which you give yourself self-love. I think that's the message, really. So the message is that you continue to stay on your own, or you walk away from something that is not valuing you, that is not giving you love that you deserve, is constantly making you feel insecure or unstable, or it doesn't feel like a healthy connection or a healthy situation. And I think with the High Priestess here, intuitively, you know that already. So those intuitive hits that you're having, you need to listen to. So it's about kind of like releasing yourself from whatever was the tie, which could have been physical or whatever, or surface level. Maybe it felt good in the moment, maybe it felt good for a day afterwards or something like that. But then there would always be this kind of like uncertainty, stuckness, lack of clarity, insecurity, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so that doesn't feel good, does it? So I think the High Priestess is just saying, listen to your intuition. You know really what the right thing is here, and follow it. Follow that, and stay separate from this person, from this connection, and break free. It says break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. And I think this connection, keeping yourself tied to this connection, is holding you back, really. And your intuition, or your voice in you, is already saying to you, it's time to let this one go. So in terms of what have we got? So we've got Two of Swords, which is Libran energy. We have Aquarius energy. We have Gemini. We've got Capricorn, and we have also got Pisces. So let's see what we've got here. This one's come out. So that says mirror. Mirror in each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. So there could have been a lot of mirroring and triggering in the connection, you know, where you're both sort of triggering each other. Let's see. What else have we got? Abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude and bliss. I feel like that's a sort of like a message to you, pile number 3. For you to keep a positive mindset going forward for yourself. And I think if you say stuck in this connection, it kind of brings you down a bit. It's difficult to stay positive in a connection when you're with somebody that is, not treating you right, or not behaving properly, or there's, a lot of negativity or toxicity in it. What it's saying is get yourself into that rainbow, and, keep yourself in a positive space. Give yourself self-love. So we got one more for power number. The Phoenix, exactly. The Phoenix rises from the ashes. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. And again, I feel like that is for you. It's time for you to rise out of this situation, to move beyond it, to have a new phase. And that doesn't involve being in this connection, I don't think. But anyway, pile number 3, that has been, obviously that's your choice, but that's kind of what I see here. I hope you've enjoyed the reading. If you have, please do give me a thumbs up, or hit the notification bell and the subscribe button. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.